Get some, Patrick! Get some!
Stop pushing back on me.
Dirty boys are on the case!
Oh shit, the skate park is covered in shit, Rob.
No, this is lovely graffiti. No, actually, okay, that's shit. You're right. Sorry. The skate park is covered in shit. Stuff. That looks like shit. Okay, so we're here. We're at the skate park. And
did you see the story of that family that was buying a house but they didn't move into it yet, and then a bunch of cows got loose and they lived in it for a month, and an aunt was supposed to go checking on the house to make sure everything was cool over there, but they clearly never did, and the cows just lived there and just shat and broke everything for a month.
Look, there needs to be an expansion for Power Wash Sim based on that story alone. So yeah, we are. I feel like if you're that aunt, that's basically it, right? That relationship's just torched. You can't show your face around those people ever again.
I have no idea how you would live.
How do you come back from that?
You don't.
So yeah, we oh wow though, look, this is cleaning up really well. Like we have to give it up here. This is not so bad.
Yeah, so the Dirty Boys are back. We had scheduling change. We were supposed to Ren and Kyle are going to play some multiverses today. We'll get back to that as soon as we're able. But there's always more. Rob, I looked up the how long to beat on this game.
Yeah.
30 hours.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
30 hours of power washing?
30 hours of power washing.
I can see. Now, you know what?
Maybe we're going to get through it faster, because that's probably single player times, and we're doing this co-op. But yes,
that's pretty intense.
Maybe we can. I don't know like where we are on the progression at the moment.
We're making progress. We're making progress. That reminds me.
And we have Kaito here running the boards, which is why you'll be able to run through. He's going to be switching between each of the views. Before it's just been Rob's, because that's just easier for our lowly PCs. To handle.
Would concrete and pavement count as stone to you?
I feel like that falls in a pretty similar bucket.
Sounds good.
What do you? Oh, are you buying soap again? Are we making poor choices?
No, we're not. I think we're making cool choices.
Wow, I have to take off this graffiti. That's what's left on this wall. Oh.
Okay, so it's not stone. It's multi-purpose. It's multi-purpose. I feel very guilty about this, but also.
What do you do? Are you now buying more? Are you investing more soap to make up for the mistake that you just made?
I think I banked stone cleaner for later. We have ample stone cleaner supplies.
Mm-hmm. Rob, someone points out in the chat, I just got this graffiti off. Does this mean, is this like a gentrification simulator?
Hey, if you're
like once we're taking off not just the dirt, but the artistic flourishes of the community, what are we doing?
I think this is shit, though. Like,
Oh, so
It's literal
now
shit.
we're art critics? That is not the graffiti! People are saying, just you wait. Where does this game go? Am I going to feel horrible by the end of it? I mean, yeah, what if the way to... Go ahead.
I may have wasted money on multi-purpose cleaner.
Oh, the chat might have been right, like they usually are.
I feel like this mechanic should do more. It's the game that's wrong.
I agree on that point.
Like, because it seems like the thing here is that because it doesn't get enough off, you end up needing to do like a close, detailed power wash anyway.
Huh?
And so it doesn't save time, even though even though it cleans like large areas all in one go. It doesn't really save time because it's not. It's not thorough enough. And I think that's a real problem for this game.
Okay, well, games, I know it's out of early access, but I'm sure they're still going to be adding things to it. We can pass that on. Does Square Enix publish this game? Although by published, I guess that probably... I bet that probably just means... That must be like a new thing that happens in game publishing these days, where publishers with reach, the ability to put something in a box and to do PR, just are scanning the Steam charts to see popular games in early access and if they're willing to work with a publisher. And that just becomes like an easy thing to publish that doesn't require a ton of oversight.
Yeah, and like this genre specifically, like remember how good like the hunting game genre did in like the early 2000s?
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like this class of game kind of fits that market now too, where it's like
this would like in the late 90s, this would be that. Do you remember the Activision Value brand?
Yeah.
I feel like a Power Wash simulator would be, and this is not the like denigrate Power Wash simulator, a game I've quite liked playing. It's more like it feels like that's the kind of game you go to Walmart and then there's like a big buck hunter and a Power Wash simulator.
This shit really does not want to come off.
No, when I actually had to take the graffiti off, it was kind of wild because I had to get really close up on it. It was it did not want to leave. The graffiti was screaming as I removed it.
Eldritch graffiti. The walls have been shitting themselves. They're screaming.
Yeah, I remember that scene from Nope. That doesn't mean anything unless you've seen Nope.
I went to a theater and saw Nope.
Dude, that movie fucking... That might be the best thing I've seen this year. And Everything Everywhere All at Once is probably one of the best movies of the last 10 years. Is that a better movie than Nope? Almost assuredly. Does that matter to me? No.
No.
Nope.
Gotta really clean these crevices sometimes.
Right, quarter pipe clean. I'm having to I was telling Rob this before we started chat, but I've been able... Rob, because he was the camera, had to learn how to use the alternate aiming method in order to not make everyone nauseous. And I've been able to just go buck wild on my end and just swing that camera
No scoping.
around. Yeah. And now I have to just keep reminding myself to put on that... let's see. What else do I have left? I also have to now be much more self-conscious of how I'm playing. Before, it's like no one could judge me. Now I've just introduced
people were
myself.
convinced that I wasn't doing shit and that you were doing all the cleaning, and I was just hanging out, leisurely spraying.
Stairs. What else is? Oh, are these part of the stair? Rail.
I mean, to be fair, historically, I have a bad track record at jobs like this.
Well,
this is why MK is like, I'm never going to ask you to paint anything, because I saw you paint for a summer, and it'll just be easier for all concerned if you do not do that.
Right, stairs done. Yes, chat. Please be careful about Nope spoilers. I haven't seen any, but just want to make sure I iterate that. That movie is best seen knowing zilch about what happens. But I will give in the vaguest possible. I will give props to that film for running an extremely misleading marketing campaign in the best possible way. Oh, okay, let's see.
So, Patrick.
Yes.
I'm still haunted by that Colin Cowherd clip about the Bears.
About the Bears?
About them needing to trade Roquan Smith and just admit that, like,
ideologically broken franchise that we in theory root for.
And from the pundit that I can stand least, right? Well, maybe Skip Bayless was worse, but
who's that real shithead? He's like a MAGA adjacent guy. Oh fuck!
I don't know if that Jim Rome is the only other name I can think of that I haven't.
No, he sucks though. He's anti-COVID vaccines. He briefly wrote for Deadspin way back when. What is his? Clay Travis. That is his name. That sucks.
Mark Warden, how in heck do you make a slope out of concrete? Excellent. Thanks, Warden. Wait, wasn't Clay Travis like isn't that a pro player?
I don't know. I just know that.
Or do I get? Does Clay Travis just like press the same button as Trevor Bauer in my head?
It might, but I don't know. Anytime if something that Clay Travis said appears on your feed, you should just things have gone poorly that day on the internet.
Yeah, Jason Whitlock also bad, but I feel he's gotten less relevant and so easier to tune out.
That part is true.
But yeah, the notion that the Bears are just completely like literally just lost in time, just not.
There's something comforting. It's been a while since I've been in this place as a fan of the sports team that I pay attention to the most. Of just being at peace that I can't even get upset if they lose. I'm like I got nothing to root for.
Yeah.
If Justin Fields is as they say the guy, then that's great. If not, we'll have a high draft pick and a quarterback class that's supposed to have a bunch of really elite prospects, and they'll just move on. And I can just, usually like, I'm just going to watch the rookies. Okay, look at that third string cornerback.
Oh man,
just a weird place to be. It's a bad place. It's a cursed place to be.
Yeah, it's I think the bummer is like you'll never convince me that we basically haven't sliding door Justin Fields into not having a great NFL career.
Oh sure. Such is the problem of the
Like,
draft, where the
yeah.
worst managed teams are usually the most consistently worst managed teams, and then the most highly valued players get stuck playing for them. Not a great system.
Did you catch any of what was the name of his actual show? Did you catch any of Bomani Jones's HBO show?
No, but it seemed good. I follow him on Twitter.
It was really, it was terrific. But like, I think toward the end of that first season, he sort of made the argument that like the draft is just an institution that has to go for that very reason, right? Where it's like if you're a league, it's so dysfunctional that you're taking the most exciting talent and brightest prospects and entrusting them to like generationally inept franchises.
Yep. Accurate. He is not wrong there. You have ladders?
Yeah, there's a ladder
toward
the. Yeah, it's like one by the arch, I think.
Aha, this would help. Could we just choose to not clean up all the graffiti? Could we just leave the job site? Hey, sorry. We cleaned up the dog shit.
No, we have to. We have to remove.
Oh,
these
sorry.
Are
Sorry,
tags.
boss. Sorry, boss. I didn't mean.
These are gang tags. Those tags. that means there's like street gangs in the park. You can't bring children there. Ooh, turbo nozzle.
You just made me panic. I was like, do I have all the things equipped? Because when I came in last time, because we're playing technically on your save, it didn't have all my equipment on correctly, but I just I'm good. I got my turbo stuff. Are we going to be able to buy stuff soon? Didn't we?
Yeah, we're coming up on
some of this.
Yeah, we're coming up fast on buy new stuff time.
Right. Ooh. We missing here, wall. Got it. Oh. Hmm. Hmm. Aristotle, I don't think you want to get rid of the draft so much as severely limit a team's power over the players they draft. That is problem. Like, yeah, the franchise tag shouldn't exist.
No, and I do think like it also just totally sucks that like running backs just get screwed like ritually in this structure because like literally running backs, barring a very few special cases, do not stay that good through their rookie contract and extension, right? So, like, they get used up before they can realize their peak value.
Well, and there's every incentive as a result of that, for teams to run their players into the ground.
Yeah.
The counter incentive for the players is that they have to then exceed expectations in order to, hopefully you can become sort of a what's his face on the Titans, blanking.
Yeah, but that is a literal Superman.
Correct. Where am I missing on this fucking wall?
Yeah, Derrick Henry, right?
Derrick Henry, yes.
Yeah, but like that is but even he got like hurt late in the season, and that team got like less good dramatically immediately. But like Derrick Henry is like a real life Space Marine, right? Like truly imposing size and speed and all that. And yeah, even he, like, you know, needs to be seen if he can beat that math. But like
well, he did get an extension from them, so he's good.
Yeah,
but he is the exception.
Oh right, but I'm just talking about like whether or not he can like resist the wear and tear.
Oh sure,
like
he doesn't seem like he cares.
No. Well, and to a degree, there must be less wear and tear. Tackling Derrick Henry is something that happens to you and not Derrick Henry, is what it appears to be the case.
Yeah, there's
like, even if you're not into football, like look up, yeah.
Right. Whipping like Jalen Ramsey to the ground, which I think happened a couple seasons ago.
Yeah, this guy can ragdoll large pro athletes. It's
extremely good.
Like, look up his highlight reels on you. They are like nothing I've ever seen. It's just like cartoonish in terms of like how much physics and experience teaches you this should not be possible. But yeah, it's I don't know, it's weird, dude. It's like the realization that the Bears, after a brief flirting with like league relevance, back to the wilderness, baby.
Right back to just complete dog shit. But if you're trying to, spin for positives, Patrick's trying to get those season tickets before they build that stadium. Have your team be a little dog shitty so that people cancel their season tickets, then Papa Patrick can get on the list. Other in Chicago, I'll just sell every single one of those tickets. I ain't going to those games. It's pure profit.
You know what would be really diabolical? Maybe this is a Power Wash 2 thing. But needing, actually, I guess in the painting version, it'd be this. Needing to leave yourself a path out of the workspace.
So they flirt with this aesthetically. Like, you leave footprints, but they don't undermine your work. Which I think is a real missed opportunity for, like, an extreme sim mode. Because I'm with you. That would crack me up. Well, it's kind of like, if you go golfing and you walk in a sand trap, where you got to, go over and put all your... put the rake over. So it'd be like, maybe you would be walking away and I would have to help you. I'm like blasting away the dirt as you make your way back.
Wait a second. Okay, hold on. Is this part of the ball? Yes, okay. Whew. Whew.
Spinning mine. I understand why it is this way, but I lost all interest in this game when I found out it doesn't model the dirty water running down surfaces. Oh
yes.
God.
Yes. Like, this is the whole, like, you can't wash a car by just going randomly at it. You have to, like, have the runnels go down through dirty areas, not clean ones.
God, that would be... I mean, look, I am all for... I think... This is the game for the masses. And then, we live in an era
Power Wash
of
Simulator
niches.
Pro.
Yeah, yes. I think someone needs to get on this and realize there are some of us out here that are left a little unsatisfied. You know, there are lots of different levels of Sims. Why can't this send to power washing as well? I ask of you. KDR11K, does this game redeem Super Mario Sunshine for you? It didn't need to be redeemed. I think that game is brilliant, and I'm upset that Nintendo chose to not fully upgrade and modernize the control scheme when they re-released those games in that really weird package from a year ago or 2 years ago, because that game deserves its due. And it's too bad that the dog shit controls mean that people can't properly enjoy it. Also, if they want to team up with Nintendo and Power Wash Simulator, I think that would be sick as shit. Let me see a dog shit covered Mushroom Kingdom.
Who do you think is the Mario character most likely to like Steve Bannon in Airbnb?
To what?
Remember the thing about Steve Bannon rented an Airbnb and they had to like, there was evidence that the bathtub had been like hit with acid in some sort of weird cleaning mishap.
I'm saying Toad. I'm thinking Toad.
Yeah, you feel it's Toad. Yeah, people are. Wow, universal condemnation of Toad here. Some people are like Waluigi, but mostly everyone's like
too obvious. Too obvious.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of thinking that it's actually Luigi, right? It's like you just wouldn't expect Luigi to completely like fuck up your home, but he would.
What am I missing on this arch? Right. That's satisfying.
Now I'm just thinking of the best Mario and Luigi movie, Big Night, with Stanley Tucci.
What?
That's a joke for like 2 people watching the stream, but it's good. Patrick, you should watch Big Night.
Are you one of those 2 people?
Yeah, but it delighted me, so I told it.
Big Night.
Basically, it's a joke because Tony Shalhoub looks like Luigi in that movie. Like literally, they just were like, "Your job here, be Luigi."
Okay.
The other weird thing, of course, it's a remake of Alien.
Trust you. So have you used any of that soap yet? You said you were holding on to it.
I'm holding on to it. I felt like it's for later. I'm sure there's places that it'll be really useful. But I've still got it. To be clear, I didn't burn through it.
Okay. Well, good to know. Halfway on the skate park.
You're crushing it, man.
Can we buy stuff halfway through the stream? Or
yeah.
The cleanup? Do we have enough stuff? Can we upgrade our...
The problem is the next Power Washer is 2K.
And how much do we have?
We've got 1,700.
Oh, so we got to finish the job.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get the fucking skate park clean.
We've got the stars to do it. We just don't have the money.
Yeah.
How much have you spent on soap? Do you think?
I don't
do you
think
think
more
that
than a
adds
few
up
bucks.
to a few bucks?
Just a few bucks. Yeah, I don't.
Okay,
think...
definitely not like
I don't think it adds up.
like 300. Don't think it adds
No,
up.
there's no way I've spent like 300 on soaps over the course of these.
Yeah, that makes sense. You would be responsible. Oh, Liliac and Lily's more like 500. Interesting. What an interesting number.
I just don't think that's true. Is the thing.
Upper floor. Robin, am I to assume you have not watched Better Call Saul? You did not join
No.
in the watching of that show? No?
I mean, I have a worse confession for you, Patrick.
You haven't seen Breaking Bad either.
Right.
You would want to do that first.
I feel like the intensity level of Breaking Bad, like I've seen few shows that people approached each new episode like soldiers heading ashore to Omaha Beach, where it was just like, well, this is going to be horrible. We just have to get through it now.
Great show. I think Better Call Saul is a better show, but it would be. I think you can enjoy Better Call Saul without having seen Breaking Bad, but I think it's a much better show. Having done that, but Better Call Saul is a wonderfully weird show. And it ended basically perfectly.
Did it end with, "Hi, I'm Walter White"?
No. Although I've enjoyed people on Twitter this week saying, like, AMC announces Better Call Saul sequel show, Breaking Bad. Here are the first images from the set.
That's great. It does feel like the show might even be more widely, like, highly regarded than Breaking Bad.
So I think it is fundamentally a better show. It is a less exciting show, right? You know, it is not. Breaking Bad was a smart character thriller, and Better Call Saul is, broadly speaking, like a character drama with a lot of like really fun legal stuff. It's just a much quieter show, much less bombast. Its central characters are not as attention grabbing as a Walter White or a Jesse Pinkman, and also it's a sequel show. I mean, like those are just hard to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a prequel show, but I mean, you know what I mean. Like, it's difficult to get people to jump into that next one. So I'll be curious to see what happens with that Game of Thrones show that starts this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it's, nothing new here, but it is just so hard to get up for Game of Thrones when it ended the way it did, right?
Yeah, my wife is obsessed, so I'll be there. I have no attachment to Game of Thrones. I mean, I enjoyed watching the first 5 seasons or whatever, and then, the rest happened. And then Daenerys just forgot about the ships. Whatever that fucking dipshit said towards the end there. Why am I missing on this quarter pipe?
Holy shit, I just realized I didn't watch the end.
You didn't finish the show?
No.
Or you just didn't finish the finale? You watched everything but the finale?
No, I got like 4 episodes into the final season, and I was like, I just can't.
You just gave up that far in?
Stuff up by the wall. I was like, none of this is paying off the way I want. Absolutely none of it.
How do you... Rob, you have some of the least self-control I know, and you got hundreds of hours into a show and said, I just won't watch the last 5? That's amazing. That's incredible. I'm genuinely impressed. I wish I had better impulse. I can't do that with shows. I have to see them through once I've invested that far. It's a much better way to do it. Why did I watch the end of Prison Break? I don't know. Watch 4 seasons. Which end, Patrick S. Def Media 85? It's true. I did not watch this. I don't think I watched the final. What they did 2 seasons of the reboot or continuation of Prison Break. I think I only watched one of the seasons. I don't think I watched the second one.
It struck me as like a great premise for a season of television.
The first season of Prison Break?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how it holds up now, right? Like many shows of that era, but
right.
Fuck, it's a really good first season. Like, it's a really fun first season. And then, like, season 2 it basically falls off a cliff. All of a sudden, it has to become some sort of worldwide conspiracy thing, and it's a mess.
Yeah, it's similar. Like, I get a similar vibe, even though I think people genuinely like the show and say it's like stayed pretty good. Money Heist, which appears to be multiple seasons set in a standoff of the same heist. So you know
that's conceptually that's a very cool idea.
Yeah, you know, Inside Man. It's like, what if Inside Man went on for like 5 seasons of television? And I'm like, I don't know how you do that. I literally don't know how you do it, but it appears that you can, and people dig it.
That's a lot of show on one high concept.
Well, it does look like, I only know this because I subscribed to Netflix again for Stranger Things, that's right. And it does look like they finally got out of their money heist. And it's like, all right, now all we have to do is enjoy our money for the rest of our lives. Uh-oh. Well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions. And so that appears to be where the series is at now, which is that we got to money heist our way out of our problems.
5 seasons of that, huh?
Yeah.
There's not even syndication these days. That's just a choice.
Wow, somebody bold here is Inside Man Spike Lee's second best movie. Wow, what are we... I think it's his most crowd-pleasing movie, but second best. Like, no, we can't, no. No. We're not, no. First of all, I feel like consensus pick is going to be that Do the Right Thing is his best, right? I'm a big fan of the 25th Hour, though. Like, that movie fucking rules.
What, you don't love his Old Boy remake?
Didn't feel the need to see that. Of course, I
No.
also don't love Old Boy.
Has some cool fight scenes.
It does, but like...
I'm not sure the incest did less for me.
Right! That's the thing, everyone's like, you gotta watch Old Boy. It's incredible. I'm like, wow, this is pretty fucked up, pretty wild, huh? And then it's like, because you were peeping Tom, all this happened? No. I'm sorry. Reject.
Rockbuster, pretty sexy. Well, that's one way to get our Which channel reported? We were talking about Old Boy. We were talking about Old Boy. Then Lee did that one. He did a Netflix like adaptation or extension of one of his old movies, right? Was that the right thing? I forget what it. It was only one season. I can't remember which one what that was though. Seemed like it kind of came and went. He's also into NFTs now, isn't he? Pretty sure.
No, he did the crypto ad.
That's what it was.
We need new money, and it was embarrassing.
Yes.
And I think Edward did a good piece on it for Motherboard, but it was one of those like, bro, what are we doing here?
I didn't see The Five Bloods, but I heard that was strong. I heard that was good.
Spike Lee directed Clockers, didn't he? That movie is underrated, in my opinion.
Nice. You know, it's a little. So you know how the spaces in this game magically clean themselves when you get to 99%. It's a little upsetting when it happens to the graffiti. I'm like in the middle of cleaning it up, and then all of a sudden it's just ding, bye. That cool S from the high school notebook, gone. Eat or die.
Rumpa, just out here yelling about Malcolm X as loud as I can. I just rewatched Malcolm X. That is a great movie. Like
it's one of the Criterion selections for November. I saw.
I also just don't think though it's in the conversation to be best or second best.
Wow, I saw it in college as part of a film course, and I don't think I've seen it since.
So the thing, again, this is a little bit during the Ali podcast that I recorded with Alex, but like I was sort of struck when I was watching it is like the thing that's easy to forget about with Lee is that it feels like he's one of those filmmakers that has so many different modes on tap and like actually has internalized how a bunch of different films from different eras work, that he can just sort of like slip into that mode. And I was kind of startled how much Malcolm X, like in the parts of the movie that are set in like the 40s, he straight up has that entire thing shot and edited like the types of biopics that Hollywood made back in the 30s and 40s. It's wild watching it, how much of a golden age Hollywood picture like Lee starts out making, and then as it moves along, it's like, okay, it's time to start like doing more like new wave type stuff. It's wild how like not in a flashy way, but I am convinced that film is like changing filmmaking modes as time moves along. And God, there's some great performances in Malcolm X, though. That is for sure. Like Delroy Lindo is just incredible.
Well, it's again, I haven't seen it again in decades at this point, but it is a movie that probably when you have performances that strong, like granted the filmmaking and story support or aid it, but sometimes the performances can just sort of like overpower the film, and it's sort of that's what it becomes remembered for more than its specific plot beats or story structure. The movie does have some sick performances. BB Eric, very considerate of these skate slobs who leave their dirt inside the fence.
Yeah, it's like idyllic beyond the boundaries of this park. I'm cleaning the fun box. That's just its name. Oh, I think we all remember the Spike Lee story mode on NBA 2K17.
Oh my
Was it?
god. Yeah.
Nobody played it, but I think everyone. The way to appreciate it is through Alex Navarro's recounting of it on the Giant Bomb end of the year chat. I think that year, where he just tries to make real for you the surreal experience that was playing that mode.
That new Madden is out now in early access. We got a code for it. I thought about it. I haven't played one of those in probably 15 years.
I gave it a good try a few years ago, and it's like
I remember you trying that, and
it's enormously complicated now. Every position has full like mapped controls, so it's like you have to remember, you know,
probably a great way to
different
understand
control
how
schemes.
different positions work. But in terms of just like, I would like to chuck the ball.
yeah. Well, and then, it's kind of hard to, like, know if you've really internalized it that well, because then you're like, well, I want to play with good players. And so, like, even if you're not doing things right, defenses are biting on, like, Mahomes, leading them into, leading them into traps. And it's like, am I doing that? Or is it just that Mahomes' stats are so nuts that all this stuff is just working, even though my execution sucks? But also, like, when I was playing it, they'd also, like, really leaned into this idea of, like, giving the superstars, like, ultra abilities. And that also seems super weird.
The stream I was watching last night of somebody playing right before I went to bed, they were like, I don't know what they were trying to do. They were trying to do something with the wide receiver, and they're like, oh, I haven't unlocked that skill yet. I was like, what? The what? The skill? And there's, like, a leveling up tree associated with different...
Ace Swanson, there's a good NFL... unlock as a wide receiver is becoming a weirder and weirder dude.
Ace Swanson, if there were an NFL manager game, I'd love to see Waypoint take the Bears to the Super Bowl. See, that I could get behind. But the NFL has, they just make Madden. That's it. I would love if there was...
Bring back manager. Front page sports. That's my play.
What's Front Page Sports? Is that exactly? Is that just a sim management game for?
It was. If memory serves, it was a much more management focused take on the sports leagues for its day. Like, I think there's still on field action, but you know what's weird, Patrick, is arguably like more than any of these games that like there's these really successful manager modes for. Football is all calling plays, and you know what I mean. It's like It's a turn-based like it's like a turn-based strategy game. It's like that's the structure of the game, and we just don't have that version of it for video games. I mean, yes, you can do coach mode, but
it's coach mode where you're calling the plays and then just watching them play out.
Just call the play, yeah.
We could do that though. That would eliminate our.
We could do that, and then we just trade for players.
Yeah.
We should do that. We should go coach mode.
Oh, okay. Well, we got two codes. You take one, I'll take the other, and we'll see if coach mode would make for a funny stream. You don't mean in Robin Patrick Blood Bowl stream. We have it has come up, like in passing. Is there's a new one of those? Is there a new one coming out?
Is there?
I don't know. I'm asking this.
Blood Bowl 2 is a few years old by now. It's like soonish.
Comes this fall. Okay. Well, we will definitely do a Blood Bowl. Is there a Chicago Bears mod for Blood Bowl? Can I get NFL rosters on Blood Bowl? That seems like a mod. Matt Nagy mode. Shut the fuck up. Loose Cannon Play by the Rules says, well, you might be able to make a team of bears. Okay, that could be good. I don't know how Blood Bowl works.
Yeah. I like Blood Bowl just fucks up my head, man, because it is all like
you had this response when I brought it up on something else.
What would be cool. Think about what could go wrong. Like, yeah, no, this is the analogy. Like in Blood Bowl, the logic of when you put a pass in the air, only three things can happen. Only one of them is good. Like that is the governing logic of Blood Bowl, and it's a very exasperating game. But it is.
Give me a new Mutant League football.
Yeah.
Wasn't Mutant League football only on Genesis? Was that only Genesis?
I think it might have been. Was there not a PC version?
I don't know. Sorry, you were saying.
Somebody just DM'd me today. Apparently, there's like a secret fan project to get some version of NFL Blitz going again.
Mm-hmm.
It's nearing completion, which you might want to check out. Because
okay,
they're never going to bring back NFL Blitz because the whole monetizing the massive physical trauma associated with the sport.
Well, you saw that they just did the new arcade game, right? So they did Arcade 1UP, which is one of those companies that puts out smaller cabinets that you can fit inside your home or apartments. So they just did an NFL Blitz one, and yes, I got the press release early, and they're like, let us know if you want to do a feature or interview somebody. And I was like, well, part of that's going to depend on what I see as I scroll through this press release, which of course inevitably there was, hey, we've, in accordance with updated safety guidelines with the NFL, we have taken out late hits, we've taken out, and look, I am all for an extremely violent exploitative sport to do whatever it can to make it safer. But also, fuck off, leave NFL Blitz the way it was. Kids aren't getting concussions because NFL Blitz let me hit someone after a play was over. Those are different problems. Also, NFL Blitz is a famously pretty broken game that if you play it for more than an hour, you're going to realize how much rubber banding is occurring to make the game work, and that you're probably not going to have much fun.
Right.
We're getting towards the end on this one. This wasn't as bad. I could see how these giant surfaces would be tough solo.
Yeah. But here, it's just a little pleasant day of us doing yard work.
Yeah. And then we're going to be able to do the same thing we did when we got to the playground. Oh, you've done a lot of the floor. Holy shit. Wow.
Yeah, I really got into a zone with it.
Wow, Rob. I was not even paying attention. I've been doing all these walls. I actually need to do some power washing. Maybe even this weekend. Although I don't think I'm going to have time this weekend. My daughter's, my oldest, sixth family birthday party is coming up, which means I need to.
You got to power wash.
I need to power wash the cement downstairs usually at the beginning of the season, and then at the end because it just gets gunky down there. So I need to do one, just a quick pass, not a full thing, but it gets a little green down there. I'm gonna attach some sort of dash cam to myself and do a live stream of my real life power washing. A GoPro, get a drone. I always want to buy a drone, but I don't have any uses for it, so I don't buy one. What am I going to do with the drone? Most I hear about drones are in between the racist posts on Nextdoor are people complaining about drones falling in their yards. A lot of that at COVID. A lot of people bought drones in COVID. Have something to do.
Yeah, I feel like there's a sharp uptick in like warnings that there appears that drones are like peeping on people, which real decent chance there were. Like, you know, my area is full of like large apartment buildings and such. I think one person in my building became convinced that like someone was using a drone to stalk them, and it was like
probably not an unfounded fear, even if there was some paranoia associated with it.
No, they had cause to believe that somebody was actually doing it, and so it was like one of those things where it's like, man, you know, there's just so much technology right now that's just not really
nightmare.
Humans are not meant to have access to these abilities.
No.
Like, it used to be, you know, you need to have a really close bond with your hawk as a member of the Assassin Order, and then, yeah, sure, you could get, like, a hovering bird's eye view of the landscape, but now just any asshole can do it.
Ooh, this is satisfying. Just left to right, left to right, left to right. God, this bench is filthy. All drones should require a license. Yeah, probably. I feel like that maybe is not unreasonable. Not an unreasonable request. We won't require licenses for guns, but don't worry, we'll get those drones under control. Broccoli bot. Broccoli bot? I got paid for a summer to automate an expensive government laser to point at a drone for the purposes of measuring airborne chemicals. They can do cool things. That is cool. I'm with you.
Oh, they do tons of cool things. Like, to be clear, they're awesome.
It's not quite drone-like behavior, but like a year and a half ago, they installed like an Amazon, like shipping facility not too far from us. It's like a pretty decent hub out by us, and now it is spooky, where you'll like order something, and like 90 minutes later, it just shows up. It's like can I pay for it to show up later? Because I don't like this.
So, I forget, Patrick, do you still listen to Planet Money ever?
No, I fell off it a couple of years back. Is it good again? Is it, or did it? I mean, I got bad. I think I just
those shows are all the same.
Yeah, like a good 5-year run out of it, and then was like, I'm all right.
Yeah, it's just like your ability to be patient with like, the whole patter of like, and I got to wondering, music chime, the whole like. Filed off This American Life like style. It just gets a little much, but they do like pick out some good topics sometimes. I think one of them was like the fight for warehouse space, because the meta went from huge fulfillment facilities, the type like what a lot of us think of when we think of Amazon fulfillment centers, right? Like things the size of like multiple aircraft hangars out in the middle of nowhere, like they're big central hubs. But now, the fight among online retailers is for like local urban warehouses, so you can do the fast like same day or 1 day turnaround. And so,
Right.
like, now, way more valuable than a large plot of land for, like, a huge warehouse is, like, a small warehouse in a densely populated area. Like, that stuff is gold. Because basically everyone is rightly or wrongly convinced that, like, what's going to get people to buy from your store is if you can say it'll be here the end of today or tomorrow morning, that's where people are going to go.
There was one time where it was when I was going through like my monitor, like buying new monitors, and I needed to buy new cables, and I bought several of my monitors, or both my monitors, like gently used from Best Buy from Best Buy, and depending, like, you're just not guaranteed the cables, you're guaranteed that the monitor will be there, right? But the cables could be in there, and one time the cable wasn't there, like to hook it up to like HDMI or what's the other one?
ACCP?
DisplayPort.
Yeah.
And
ACCP
so I had
is
to
the
buy
copyright bullshit, yeah.
Yes, yeah. And so I had to buy a cable, and like Amazon's like, you got like 3 options, bro. And I ordered this at like 12 o'clock at night before I was going to sleep. I'm like, do you want this shit at 2 a.m.? I'm like, what?
What?
Like, yeah. We'll bring it between the hours of 2 and 3 if you pay an extra $7. I'm like, no. Like, what degenerate needs the option?
I had a little DisplayPort cable issue last year, and I reached out to my shopper that I started working with via Dumpling. I was like, you aren't doing deliveries in the like North Burbs, are you by chance? And they were, and I was like, oh, thank God. Like, sometimes you need that DisplayPort right the fuck now.
I guess so. It was just, I was like very unnerved that I could go full sicko mode.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah,
and the thing is, like,
run that over right now. We're gonna attach it to a dog, and it'll come down the street.
Well, and that's the thing too, is like the whole Amazon model is like, hey, somebody's being made to do this.
Right, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
In some ways, I need like the drone stuff to happen so that I can, I can feel more comfortable to do that.
Yeah. Wait, what?
What?
Clam Watson, don't cheap out on DisplayPort cables. Buy certified cables with the DP logo on them. I've had cheap cables before that lose sync intermittently due to the static electricity buildup. Would that maybe explain why? Would that occasionally like cause a monitor to go black for a few seconds and then flicker back in? Because I've had some weird shit happen with this monitor that, oh my god, this is me. This is my issue. Clam Watson, you just saved. Yeah, like, I just thought I had to live with this. I was like, this monitor is a piece of shit. This monitor has to be a piece of shit because, like, I am constantly losing signal occasionally. Oh, fuck.
I lose a signal on mine occasionally, but it's because I need to change the cables so that my foot doesn't keep hitting it. Not that. I don't think I have like Amazon Basic cables, but I don't know that I paid out the ass for them either. So like I'm probably somewhere in the middle.
Is this real? Is this? Jesus.
People, Rob, you're not the only one losing it in the chat.
Yeah.
Like the chat is losing their mind too. I think a lot of people are having a revelatory moment.
Yeah, because I was convinced that
Amazon
I was
immediately running out of quality DisplayPort cables.
Because I've been trying to figure out like, because right now like I only thought there were bad options left on the table, right? It was like either this monitor, which is not that old, has some like fatal flaws in it, or it is the port on my actual video card that's kind of fucked up, which is also not good to think about.
Oh Man, where are these marks on the skate park floor? Lots of tiny ones. Come on.
Aha, there you go.
Woo. Oh, but that wasn't the floor. Yeah, there's the floor.
Uh-oh.
We hit 2K. Pro tip from Ash Tyrannic. This can also cause slow degradations on networks. Replace your Ethernet patch cables, especially if you've moved a bunch.
What? Wait, so how do we get from, oh, what sort of dumbass buys the expensive cables to, oh, you know you need the good cables, right? Like, you need to...
Well, there's probably a middle ground, right? Between Monster and...
Well, I suppose it's different. So Monster made its... Like, the thing that really was getting people with Monster
people are saying was... not expensive, certified. Those are different things. You can get extremely cheap. Certified. What does certified mean? What does it mean to be certified? Someone looked at it? What's the... It's testing. Clam Watson, in this specific case, just certified. Doesn't have to be expensive. Certified just means they paid the DisplayPort license and ostensibly followed the spec, including proper shielding.
This is killing me. Patrick, like, let me tell you, for a while, there was this thing that would happen. It happened more often with Total War games than any other, but probably just because I play them a bunch. But, like, I would launch them, and I would start getting this weird screen flicker. And I would just, like, start dismantling, like, unplugging, replugging stuff, and it worked. And I was like, wow, the connection's really fucked. And probably not, right? It's probably just me fucking with the cable, like, deals with the static buildup or something. Oh, this is horrible. I mean, it's great to know that, like, maybe those ports aren't fucked, but...
Get it, baby. Bring in the kids. Let's hose them down. Yeehaw! Rob, let's get a better power wash. Better power wash. Better power wash.
Hold on. Here's Kato, you got my feet up? I hope you do, because there's the time lapse. Patrick, do you get to see the time lapse?
No, but I watch it on the stream.
Yeah, it's beautiful. We love. All right. So now, oh man, Patrick, do you like fire stations?
Yeah, I love
like
Ghostbusters.
Creepy forest cottages. Hold on.
Creepy forest cottage. Creepy forest cottage.
H&G Hexenjager. We are two humble confectioners, brother and sister, living on our own deep in the woods of the national park, and there's absolutely nothing strange about that. We're also the creators of the finest gingerbread ever to grace the county, but to stay on top, we need constant reinvention, and our dream forest homes become a grubby grotto, affecting our ability to dream up wonderful new recipes. Can you come and restore our cottage, and with it, our creative flow? Danke. Yeah, we just got to get in on this. We got to get in on this, so we will head to the forest grotto.
Oh, hell yeah. Shrek live here?
And now we're going to go to the Power Washer store.
Yeah.
We're using the Urban X2. But it's time for the Prime Vista, baby.
Woo! Upgrade my Windows OS. Power Wash OS.
Oh man, and all right, so we gotta get.
Be sure to read the graffiti on the wall before you remove it.
Oh boy. All right, here we go. So hit 1, and no, wait, is it E? There it is. Yeah, Power Washer, Prime Vista 3000.
Ooh. Got the extension. Oh, yo, I feel so powerful. Oh! My God. Woo.
Oh wow! Holy shit!
Dude, the gray one, the widest one, is suddenly capable of so much more. Incredible.
You don't tell us to read the graffiti. We're not even gonna have a chance because we're just gonna blast everything off.
Yeah, yeah, that shit ain't gonna stay on.
So I mentioned this on my Twitter. Like, Patrick, do you notice like there's a tendency now to like a marker of good cables, a thing that they've all started doing to sort of make themselves look better and more expensive, but also like it is associated with stuff that is like certified, right? Like that it's okay. I know this is an HDMI 2.1 cable, so I'm gonna get it. They're sort of wrapped in like what feels like a Kevlar fabric almost.
The braiding, yes.
Yeah,
yes, I have noticed that when I bought.
It makes them weigh a ton.
Yeah, with like cheap US or like lightning cables or something I've had to get or something or other. Yes, like, that is a way of making something cheap feel fancy.
And it's like I don't need this and I don't want it. And like the other day I realized that like one of the cables, like the HDMI cable hooked into my video card, because my computer's mounted on a standing desk, right? So it's a few feet off the ground. So like. The cable has to travel up a few feet to get in there. The weight of the length of the cable that like isn't supported was enough to slowly like bend the pins on the HDMI, like the actual little like prong end. And I'm hoping it didn't fuck up the like the jack on the actual physical video card of my computer. But it's like. Yeah, like months and months of like bearing the weight of that fucking cable, just bent the HDMI connector on the cable itself.
Ooh, fun.
And I'm like, that's every cable I own. Like, are they all slowly over time, just like trashing themselves and or the connector they're plugged into?
Very possibly. Hey, it's a new thing to be neurotic about. Add it to the list.
I think like it's true. I have concerns that maybe the 2080 that everything's been plugged into may have been fatally compromised.
Oh, so you're gonna have to get that. You know, the prices are coming down, Rob.
They are coming
down.
Prices
are coming down. Which means I probably lost the window when I bought the Costco PC. I've had my old computer just sitting in a different part of the room, and I bought the stuff to ship a 1080 and sell it. And I'm sure I'm not going to get very much of that anymore. My window for that was like 9 months ago.
That window was sealed tight.
Yep. There was a period where I could have gotten like $300 for it. I don't think that's true anymore.
Oh, so this is something I'm gonna have to put the call out on Twitter. We can sort of chat may have some insights to it as well. We're finally we're pulling the trigger. I'm building out a tiny little office extension in the entryway to my place.
Okay.
Uh,
What does that mean?
So
like construction?
Means a little construction. And, you know, we're pretty confident we'll have the money to pay for that construction by the time we're supposed to.
Okay.
And, I mean, and obviously, you know, it'll come in on budget. I'm pretty confident. They seemed pretty put together with the bid and all that. So, like, I'm not too concerned. But the real complication is going to be that. So on the one hand, it's like this is very exciting for me and like Kato especially because obviously it takes me away from like the fans and like really quiet audio environment for recording and all that. Great. Just one small problem, which is that it's also the furthest point in the house away from
the internet.
Yes. And
you have a mesh network?
I don't. I haven't needed one. But the thing is, does that solve the problem? It's the mesh network. For, like, streams and shit, I should be plugged in. Hang on, there is graffiti.
Oh, yes. For streams, you're not going to want to use a mesh network.
Right. So, like, how the fuck do I get the Ethernet, that good internet, across the apartment?
You're going to have to... You're going to have to...
an absurdly long...
Ready to drill into some walls?
Patrick, it's worse than that, though. So the thing is, this is a sturdy fucking building, right? There are studs like every foot.
Yep.
So, has occurred to me, I was like, haha, I bet if we do this office extension, we can just run the cable through the flooring or something like that. No, it would mean having to drill through something on the order of like 20 like pieces of like hard frame.
So it's not going to happen, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, you could be looking at a world where you are you have an Ethernet cord that you are just plugging in for streams, which sounds like a fucking nightmare.
Oh my god. But my dream.
Uh-huh. All dreams come at a cost.
You were saying power line, but power line is like... I feel like it's a decent... Like, we used the power line here, and it just didn't seem as
power
good
line,
as, like,
power line is going to require... Like, how clean is your electricity, right? Then you're just introducing a new...
And we know for a fact that it's not clean.
I tried the power line thing in our house when I was during the beginning of COVID. I was trying to get more stuff centralized upstairs, and I did power line, and it did jack shit. It was not a solution for what I needed.
Yeah, I'm thinking it might. The problem is it needs to get to the second floor. This is the real nightmare. I've like everything about this plan. Well, now it sucks, right?
Oh yeah, your plan's really great, except for the part that it like prevents you from doing core parts of your job. Yeah, great plan.
It can be fixed. We just have to finesse this last part.
Uh-huh. Rocklybot says running up the second floor should be okay between a stud. I feel like this is like a common problem. I feel like you've got to be able to have some other solution to it.
No, I mean, so I could run it up. I could run it up the wall into the second floor, have it come out, and then maybe run an Ethernet cable along under the edge of the rug between the baseboard and the rug on the second floor. Maybe that works. Maybe. Wait, hold on. We got some serious graffiti over here, Patrick.
Ooh, hold on.
Okay, so there's a message we got about they bought the house right after a famous bank robbery.
I don't want to spray it off. It's too powerful. I got to use the light touch one. People are saying you could just run the Ethernet cord outside the window. I love that idea.
Jesus. There's gotta be a way to fix this. I can have my cake and I can eat it, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's how that phrase works.
Yeah, it needs to go. It needs to go up and then across the entire length of the apartment. Yeah, that's why this is so hard.
Could you? There's no way for like the cable company to come put it in a different spot. Like, there's no solutions.
I could ask, but the problem is I think all the taps are basically at the opposite edge of the building. So it would be like the place it would be coming in is different than everywhere else in the building, and I do have a suspicion like where the cabling is running through the building is not anywhere near where I want it to be.
Solid Slack. They sell trim panels you can install that hide cables. I'm very close to getting them for my surround sound cables.
Broccolibot notes that this is my time to install underfloor heating, which would be impossible. No, I didn't make the jump. Oh well. Which would be impossible for the same reason. But you know, if you
don't put the underfloor heating in until you have some sort of catastrophic flood and you have to pull it up anyway.
Yeah.
That's my friend.
But if I did it all at once, then I could.
Huh?
You know, now we have to be drilling holes through all those.
What's another 10 grand?
I have a feeling it would not be 10 grand. I have a feeling it would be more.
Oh, to put the heating in? Oh, almost assuredly.
All the floors in the house? Yeah, no way. No way. That's
well, if you're doing all the floors in the house, couldn't you, like, if we were to ever do it in our house, it would just be the downstairs. Like, our downstairs is where it gets chilly, and all I would want it is in the spots where...
Oh, see, the gradient of heat in our house means that the side by the windows tends to stay a bit more the temperature you want through the air, and then whatever's by the front door is the temperature you don't want by the end of the year. So it is like basically it gets colder toward the front edge of our apartment on both floors. Man, this is really on there, huh? What the? Wait, what?
Man, all these...
No. Wait.
Wall is all fucked up, too? Alright.
We're on the Prime Vista Pro, right?
Hmm?
There we go. Man, you would think
Good thing it's a painting done
stuff by now.
On our house, and then the timing belt in our car had to be replaced, and that's...
Oh yeah, you said like you had a full, like it was expensive repair,
yeah.
right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, the timing belt... The car started making a grinding noise when you turn it on. And it would run, but it makes... You know the sound that a car makes when... If you forget it's on, and then you turn the ignition again? That's the sound it was making. It's a 7-year-old car. Like, timing belts are like roughly that period of time before they start going. The thing is, that noise would go away when you turned it on again. So, like, let's say you turn it on, it makes the grinding sound, and then you turn it on again, it wouldn't. And it's like, well, that's odd. Then I call our mechanic. He's like, "Oh yeah, you got a CRV? Yeah, that's a timing belt." And I was like, "Well, how serious is this? I don't know what that means. I don't know anything about cars. It's like the most stressful thing that I deal with is having to deal with the car because I don't understand anything about how they work." He's like, "Oh no, you're basically like flipping a coin every time you turn it on. That the timing belt is gonna snap, and if it snaps, that's just gonna wiggle around at high speed inside your car, and you might destroy the engine." I'm like, "Oh, that seems." No, I don't want that to happen. He's like, yeah, that might happen. I was like, oh, okay. Guess I'll come bring it in. Charlie Walnut, how many miles? I don't know off the top of my head. It was a used car when we got it. It's our primary car. We only have one. I'm in a very stressful period of really needing to get a second car, wanting to get an electric car, and it's just a really tough time to pull the trigger on any of that stuff.
Well, there's a lot of stuff coming to market in the next year, so we'll at least have
it is
options in the next year. Whether they're affordably good is another
well.
question.
We have since downgraded. We've given up on the full 3-row and are just content with getting like a minivan or an SUV, which is just like an equivalent of what we already have, which does give us a lot more options. And there are cars that are, if you could buy them at reasonable prices, close to the MSRP, would be within our budget. But like, would you like to buy a $35,000 car for $55,000? No.
Right.
No. Xenofun. I bought a new car last November and they discontinued it in June. Seems like a good sign.
Oh, what car? Oh, I guess it wasn't a new model though, right? You just bought the last of the models.
Okay.
That must have been
that makes me feel better. I mean, now granted, the computerization of cars means cars were already arbitrarily, updated on an annualized basis for suspect reasons, and now we just included OS updates and things like that into it, just furthering the behavior where you're treating it like a piece of tech to be upgraded.
So I am convinced, though, that car prices now are being borne aloft by dealers who are just trying to prolong the moment.
Oh, they are. The prices are coming down, but they're just holding on to a thing that is gonna not evaporate, but is getting better.
Right, because it's like I'm seeing what the closing prices are in car auctions, and prices are down. It's just undeniable that a lot of the markup that happened in the first half of this year is not moving cars at this point. So it's but the dealers are just being I refuse to let go of this thing for less than $50,000 because for a brief moment I tasted that kind of return.
Astronic, what interests me is the possibility of car makers just selling directly to consumers. That is the bane of my existence is looking up cars that would fit within our budget, that we could put enough down on to bring the monthly payment into something reasonable, and then be like, where to buy? And the price jumping from $40K to 60 and being like, well, that's no. MSRP, you're lying to me. That's not what the price of your car is. Because I can make a $42,000 car work with a down payment and yada. I can do that. I can make that fit into my budget. Specifically because my kid is going into first grade. Her monthly payment is about to go down. I can put that towards a monthly payment on a car, and the finances don't change in our lives month to month. But that's not helpful if my monthly payment is $800.
Yeah,
The idea that cars could be a suggested price is bullshit.
there's a major dealer chain in the area that, like, you look through the inventory and you just see the prices, and, like, right there on it is, like, market adjustment price, and it's just, like, them tacking on thousands of dollars of margin for themselves. And I'm like, I'm never buying a car from you, Herb. Eat shit.
Because at this point, I would happily wait 6 months or longer for the car at the cost I want to pay, and give it straight to the manufacturer. So that might limit some of my options, but that might be the route that I go next. Is just what is like a plug-in EV that is a mini, or is a an SUV that I can order from a manufacturer, and then I'll just wait for it. And I got to figure out what that is. You up on that roof? How's that going?
It's tough because the roof is so raked. So the angle's a little tricky up here. I've also just completely lost... you don't do it very often. I feel like the last time I had to deal with a car dealer, I was in practice enough at dealing with them that, like, I could play the game of chicken decently, where it's like, yeah, I know we've been negotiating for, like, 3 hours, but I'm ready to just leave now. And, like, actually do it. And now I'm just like, I don't want to have to aggressively barter for my fucking car.
When the car that we had this incredible moment where we got a quote from Chase, which is where we got the mortgage on our bank originally, and it ended up being, it wasn't like the best rate for the house, but it was really competitive with what we could get through an outside place, and it was just so much easier just to do it all through them. And so, similar thing happened with like a car loan quote, where it was just going to be, I got one from Chase, and I was like, well, we'll see what happens when I go to the dealership. Maybe they'll beat it. And did the whole rigmarole where we show up and like, hey, we'll come back and we'll go look at some other cars at a different dealer. We didn't do that. We knew what we wanted. I wanted the car that was in that lot. I looked like price of it online. I was like, this is very competitive. We're not getting ripped off. But now I need to arbitrarily go across the street and have lunch and pretend I went somewhere else so I can apply the appropriate pressure. And so we do all that and then get to the loan phase, and the dude who handles the loan part is just the stereotypical hard ass that just makes people not want to buy a car.
Yep.
Just a total jerk. And so he starts, I tell him, well, what are your rates? He walks me through it, and he's like, this is it. This is the best you're going to get. It's really competitive. And then I keep in my back pocket that I have the one from Chase. I don't tell him I have that. And so I wait till he exhausts all of his options, and I pull out the piece of paper that I have from Chase, like quoting. I was like, well, actually, this is a better offer. I think we're going to go through, we're just going to do this. And he gets upset.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Well,
of course.
Oh, well, well, you realize that, yes, you could give us that piece of paper. If you don't come back with a check from the bank, we're going to take that car from you. I'm just like, this, what are we doing? What are we doing here? And my wife was really taken aback, and I was like, I got this, I stood my ground and was just like, no, we're good. We're gonna go with this, and I appreciate your offer. But this financing is gonna be better for us.
Okay.
And he gets all the way to producing the paperwork for me to sign off on using the Chase loan, to the point where he hands me a pen to sign, whatever a contract, and he goes, "Oh, you know what? Actually, I found one. I found, you know what? I found one. I found one. I found a better rate for you." And he did.
Thanks,
he
guy.
found one that was a
What
little
an
bit lower
altruist.
that what Chase was going to offer us, and at the last possible second, produced it. And just, if it weren't for the fact that I wanted to make sure we got the best deal, I would have been inclined to just tell him to fuck off and not accept it. But I had to like put it.
But then you just want to be gone. You just want to be. I want to be done with this now.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep. That's another thing that, like, the sheer number of offers I'm finding where it's like the fine print is to get this price on a car, you have to finance through the dealer. I'm like, what? There's no way that's right. Like, oh no, we'll knock thousands off this car if you just finance through us. And it's like,
right.
This sounds like loan shark shit.
It is loan shark shit. The idea that that man lied to me for like an extended period of time before he just, I don't know what, hit the right checkbox. You know, my wife gets really intimidated in social situations like that, and like she would have just gotten rolled over, which I'm sure that means lots of people get rolled over. And it was a really startling experience because I'd never bought a car before. I'd always just dealt with hand-me-downs in my family, and so that was the first time that I'd done it. I did a bunch of research, and it sucked. It was a horrible. I understood then and there why people go to places like CarMax and just overpay for a car, because you just get the fucking car. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, one of the most eye-opening things I ever saw was, like, my dad was, like, about to buy this car, and he was just doing the thing where he's going to take it to our mechanic and, like, just see if it gets a clean bill of health. Mm-hmm. And the guy comes out super aggro and just pissed to be handing the car over for this inspection, and he just, like, throws the keys down on the table in front of my dad, and it's just like, well, here's the car keys, but, like, I don't know, you expect it, like, these fucking service stations, like, he's gonna fucking lie to you and say it's like this, this, and this, and this, and this, so, like, that you keep their business, and they keep your business, and you don't service it through us. He's like, they're just gonna fucking lie their asses off. And it was such a wild, like, meltdown, and the whole deal exploded right there, because, my dad got his dander up, and was like, listen, if that's what you think is going to happen, me doing this, you just told me a lot about how you do business, and there ain't no way I'm buying a fucking car from you.
Yes, for him.
And
that sucks.
So it was like, it was like 2 days of this process up in smoke at the last second, blowing up this deal. And I was like, it was super intense.
Feel right?
No, and also it was just bizarre because it was like, we are, like, literally this whole deal's now dead just because of this. Like, back to square one? And the answer was back to square one.
Yeah, that's a nightmare.
This is why, I think there's a ex-Jalopnik guy who basically does, like, car yenta-ing. Where he's like, you give me the parameters you're looking for and, like, just sort of talk through what it is you want, and I will go find that car for you. And, like, handle a lot of negotiation and shit. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought about it. Where it's like, listen,
I don't blame you.
In the next 6 months, I would like you to find for me a ridiculous car. The other thing I can't get over too is I see this a lot now on auction sites too. Is like the new car that's already up on an auction site, like 2022 models, no mileage and everything or like even I think not sure if it's in 23 yet, but it's like clearly this is not a car that ever like either this is the equivalent of someone trying to flip a car, but usually what seems to be happening is like it's not flipping for that much. So I'm wondering like are dealers and these cars are never listed with no reserve, which means that when the auction closes, that doesn't necessarily mean the car is sold. It's like a queue for the seller to like then talk to the winning bidder and be like, okay, so what's our final actual closing price going to be? And so I'm actually kind of wondering if like those listings are those just like dealers trying to figure out what to actually expect from selling these fucking cars. Like are the auction sites being used as like a price discovery tool? Anyway, Patrick, I think the answer is you just need to buy a Genesis. Or a Hyundai. Which is just a Genesis, but, like, that seems to be...
What was the one that I was looking at? Oh, well, we mentioned it on the podcast. And then, like, a very kind reader was like, hey, I've got a friends and family discount code you can use.
Wait, for a Buzz?
No, for what was it? The let me look it up. The person didn't even know how much it was going to get me off. But they're like, I just have a ton of these codes if you like want to use one. Deleted messages. I don't know. It's too much to look for up now. But yeah, so.
This is a grimy fucking roof, right? Like, these shingles are just holding on to dirt.
Yes. I do want a minivan. It just feels weird to get a gas minivan in 2022. That's my problem.
I know.
Especially after the summer we just had. Like, I don't, fuck Elon Musk, but everyone with their Teslas posting their screenshots from their app that shows how much they paid in electricity versus how much they would have paid based on the average price of gas. It's has driven me.
Yeah, but let me tell you. Again, hanging on the car auction sites. A lot of people trying to unload their Teslas ASAP.
I don't want it to. I don't want one.
Well, it's just one of those things that I'm like, boy, it's just like suddenly there's a shocking number of these fucking cars that people are like, I would love to not drive a Tesla anymore. Which I feel like says something about the Tesla ownership experience. So it's like, you didn't pay for gas, but you paid in other ways. You see that thing where the guy was like, I need to borrow a kid so I can hit it with my Tesla? The guy on Twitter who wanted to, like, test self-driving mode?
Who's someone's? Caps. I'd go for the Ioniq 5 or EV6 right now if you want an EV. Those were the ones I was looking at, but it was like the Kia EV6 is like, I forget what the MSRP is, but like let's say it's 42, 45, and then just everything that you would find to purchase it now is 60, and it's used. It's like that's not how this is supposed to work.
It is weird, like, Hyundai is, like, done with gas-powered cars, like, in 2025. Like, that's...
Yeah, they're making a really aggressive pivot, yeah.
Whereas, like, GM is really only embracing EV, like, next year, across their lineups. And then I'm like, I want a car. And I'm like, do I go anywhere? No. Do I want to go anywhere? No.
See, I'm the opposite problem. I need a car. I need to go places, but I'm still paralyzed.
I want the drive to New York to feel cushy.
Huh?
And then of course there's the whole new me that will come with the new car. Like,
Oh, sure, yeah, that
it's
makes sense.
time for family road trips. Let's do car camping. Now you might think, Rob, is car camping really compatible with the dream sports car idea? No, but all right, what the fuck is left to be done here? Jump to the abyss. Oh, wait, that's dirty.
Here's the little step. Step, step, step. Is there a little step? Did we get one for this job? Oh, yeah,
Yeah, there's a little step. Oh, I see what the... Okay, hold on here.
Also, as part of this journey, because I've mentioned this on various streams and podcasts, as I've stressed over what kind of car to get.
Yeah.
A kind Waypoint listener was like, "Hey, man, I install like the home car charging ports in Chicago and the Chicagoland area. Like, just let me know if you end up getting one of those. Come do it for you for a discount." I was like, "Okay." The Waypoint community help me find a way to navigate this. Are they could that person be trying to infiltrate my family? I don't know, but also they might knock $500 off of an installation. Who could say? Duality of man.
As you're bound and gagged while your home is looted, you'll be like, cool.
Truck Pilgrim, the parasocial relationship is finally paying off. Hell yeah.
Why are you so filthy?
Oh, there's so many tiny things. Sidewalls, 3 of 4. All right, which of you grimy motherfuckers is not clean? What is a sidewall?
All right.
Ooh, here we go. Okay, sidewall. I see. Must be this on the other wall, back wall, wall. Oh, it's this. It's the big boy.
I got us the long extensions too.
I can tell. It's not.
That's all good.
Oh, I see.
That's good.
Oh no, that's main roof frame. That's not.
Wait, this? No,
It must just be.
Looks like that. Main roof.
I need a lantern.
Oh, there's.
There it is. Woo!
Wow, I am. Get clean, damn you.
I put this up on the other side.
How did I miss that film?
Yes. No frame. Ooh. Window. Okay, window is still not clean. Got it. Okay. What is left? Steps. 2 of 3.
Yes.
Step done. Windowsills. 5 of 7. Those windowsills are a pain in the ass. Ooh, here's one. Ah, right underneath. Classic windowsill. Saigon asks, an interesting question for you, Rob. Is this when an AoE from the soap would actually come in handy? Just hit everything.
Except you can't trust the soap to do what you want it to do.
I think that's all remains the problem.
Where the fuck are these windowsills even?
The little brown spots underneath. So remember, if you go to your menu and you click it, it'll flash white. The ones that you still need to do. I kind of wish they would flash a different color than white, but I cannot find
Door frame.
Where's the last windowsill?
No. Oh, wait.
Here it is. Ah, it was underneath again. All right. That timber frame. Oh, there were a bunch of posts clean. Let's highlight the posts.
Dear.
What?
Oh, we need to bring the whole thing around.
Whoa! That just scared the shit out of me. Fucking ghost post.
No. Does it not fit here?
Oh, it's 8 of 9. Which one did I miss? Timber pillars. What is a timber pillar? This is a timber pillar. Okay. Which one's flashing? Ah. Where's your grime? I'm here for you, timber pillar.
Side gate roof caps. Jesus Christ.
This is my favorite part, though. I love this part of the journey.
You learn about architecture, like what the fuck a side gable is.
Uh-huh.
Where the roof cap is.
We got a couple left. A back eave. What's a back eave? Back eave. Main roof frame. Ooh, I see. Still dirty. Get you? Adam. All right, 3 left. Side gable roof, back eave. I don't know what a back eave is. You? Do you know what a back eave is?
No. There you are. There you are. Oh, shit.
This is the back of the house, so maybe this will... I got you. I see. Boom, back eave clean. All right. Side gable roof.
Can't see it. Can't see it.
Side gable roof cap. Side gable roof. 1 of 2. So it must be the other one. This. Robbie, I'm gonna get this roof.
Wait.
I have no.
Thought I saw something, but it's not here.
Ah!
Sure, whatever. Timber frame.
25 of 26. The timber pillar, timber frame. Oh, it's one of these little fuckers. The horizontal strips.
Oh, shit.
Adam, come here and do this with me. I really wish you could ping. I want a ping system in this game so bad. Right here. Oh, yeah, that's 100%.
There's the replay.
Let's go, DBs in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
The dirty boys, the dirty boys, the dirty boys, the dirty boys.
The dirty boys have done it again. Oh, man, look at us together. Posed at the end in front of the job well done. We nailed it. We have 55 stars.
What do the messages say?
So, you know, on the jobs or the text messages we got?
Oh, yeah, I was wondering if there was... Oh, yeah, this is it. Okay, all right. I know it's natural for people to be suspicious. We really are who we say we are.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, well, what's...
Yeah.
I think this is going to do it for the stream. What's the next up is the fire station, huh?
Yeah, fire station. We got a motorcycle with sidecar. So we got lots to look forward to. Lots of things to clean.
What is Power Wash Simulator walkthrough? I want to see where we're at in the arc of this game. Power Wash. Like, there's not really a need for a walkthrough on this. Power Wash Simulator levels? Jobs. Okay.
Well,
There's
people
a
saying
lot.
the fire station is enormous. Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's quite a... Like, if I was being generous, I'd say we're halfway through. But that's being... Like, there's an ancient statue, a lost city. I'm not going to say anything more.
Wow. The lost city of Muckingham.
I don't want to know anymore because I want to be surprised by what we find. But that's going to do it.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. I will be back tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Seeking the ring.
To seek the ring. I think Kato's going to be busy editing podcasts. So I'm going to have to get married on my own. Or maybe I'll leave and maybe I'll come back and we'll finish the... Kato, are you there? Can you hear me?
No.
Can you pop yourself into... Can you voice yourself?
I am voiced.
You were voiced? So you're going to have to edit podcasts. Is that an all-day affair? Or will you be able to pop in for me to get married later in the day?
Yeah. I can be your officiant.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Okay. All right.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
So I will stop. I will leave maybe I'll fight the dragon, and I'll finish that fight on my own,
yeah.
and then I'll pause that little location, and then whenever you're free, we will come back to marry my witch.
Sounds great. Excited.
All right.
All right, a
So
wedding
yeah, that'll be.
episode.
Oh, also, Kato.
Yeah.
On Sunday, driving back from Wisconsin with my wife, and we were real hungry. And the place that we wanted to stop at was like 45 minutes into the drive.
Uh-huh.
And I turned to my wife, and like all there is in this one stretch is just fast food.
Right.
And I was like, well, you know, twice in the past couple of weeks I've had Taco Bell. And I gotta be honest, it was surprisingly decent sober. And she goes, well, I always did like those Crunch Wrap Supremes.
Yes!
So we stopped and got it. I've had Taco Bell. I went from not having Taco Bell in probably 15 years to having it 3 times in a month.
Amazing. Amazing. Welcome. Welcome to the fold.
Good life.
Can't do it. I think I'm the
You gotta live, you gotta pace yourself. Yeah.
I do. I'll have to figure out something else tomorrow. So, all right. Well, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks everyone who subscribes at waypointplus.com for supporting these streams. Yes, Kata's gonna get. We recorded Waypoint Radio, and also if you want to listen to us talk about Predator as part of our new movie podcast, My Turn.
Yeah,
Kata's gonna try and turn that around this week. That'll go up on the Waypoint Plus feed first, and then trickle down podcastonomics will come to the Waypoint Radio feed later. What? What's wrong?
Yeah, just let the podcast run down. Let it swirl into the drain that is the public feed.
So stay tuned to all that. Got a lot coming your way. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.